Beautiful. Thank you, Brian.
Well, thanks, Color Girl.
Well, let's look ahead to this weekend. It is Friday. It's time for our Friday TV and film reviews.
It's our favorite time of the morning. We can't do that without the help of film critic Dale Pollack. Good morning, Dale. Great to see you.
Good morning, Audrey, Jackie, and Brian. It's really good to be with you.
So let's first start with Civil War. This just premiered in theaters last night. You got, a first chance to watch it. Tell us about it.
Yeah, first scoop.
Well, ultimately, I was disappointed. I had high expectations for this film because the writer-director, Alex Garland, is very talented. He did the film Ex Machina. He did the sci-fi film Annihilation. He wrote The Beach and 28 Days Later. He's a very talented filmmaker. But I got to tell you, I was scratching my head at the end of this film. I couldn't figure out who was who. It's called Civil War. The government is fighting a group of rebels. Who they are, what they believe in, why this fight is going on is never clarified. And it's a very deserted country. We are told that somehow Texas and California declared their independence at the same time. And I can't understand how you could justify those two states coming to the same political decision. It's got a pretty good cast. Kirsten Dunst, who's been around, is very good in this. There's a newcomer named Kaylee Spaney. She's good. Nick Offerman, who is billed as in the cast, is in the film maybe 5 minutes total. So I've got to tell you, I was just disappointed in this. It seems to be a film without a real point of view, a film that is trying to make some important statements, and I have no idea what they are. Because by the end, I was simply confused and a little irritated that I had spent 2 hours trying to puzzle out a movie that the filmmaker was not going to help me with at all. So I have to give Civil War 2 popcorns. Just left me literally in the dark.
Okay. What I was thinking, Dale, as you're talking, is the price tag. I can only imagine how expensive it would be to put on a movie like this.
I mean, the special effects you can see from the visuals there, it looked really impressive at least.
It were. It does help, though. You don't have a lot of extras. Most of these scenes have nobody in them except the 3 protagonists.
But then you would certainly hope for a better outcome and popcorn rating.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Dale, thank you for doing.
We feel your disappointment.
Yeah, thank you for doing the work to stay up late to watch that movie for us, so we could have that new here this morning on The Vibe. Next up is Ripley on Netflix. Tell us about it.
Well, I'm going the opposite direction on this one. This is, I think, the best series I've seen this year.
Oh.
It is just outstanding. Andrew Scott, who many people will remember as the gay priest in Fleabag, is the central character here. This is a familiar character to movie audiences. There's been at least 5 Ripley movies, one starring Matt Damon, one starring John Malkovich, who makes a cameo appearance in this one too. This is Andrew Scott as an amoral young man in Italy in the 1960s. He manages, I'm not giving away any spoilers here, to murder his best friend, and then he goes on an interesting journey of both trying to cover it up and committing more murders along the way. It's based on a very famous Patricia Highsmith, British author novel. And, this is a challenging role because this character is dark. At the center of his soul, it seems there is nothing but darkness. And Andrew Scott still manages to make this character incredibly compelling. What's also unusual about this series is all in black and white. I can't remember the last time I saw an 8-episode series in black and white. The writer is Steve Zaillian, who wrote Schindler's List, among many, many other films. He also directs this, and he just does an outstanding job. Rarely do we see one individual write and direct every episode in an ambitious period series set in Italy where it's all shot. So this series works for me on every level possible. It's really one of the best I've seen this year, and I can't recommend it highly enough.
So popcorn rating, I'm assuming, pretty high?
More popcorn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now I know what we're doing tonight. Watching Ripley.
Ripley sounds good. Dale, really quick.
I mean, you have to Yes.
I was just going to ask you, do you think the choice to go black and white added to the experience for you?
I do. It's a little jarring at first. You say, well, why is this in black and white? And then as you see the darkness in the character's soul, it begins to make more sense
Okay.
what the visual analogies are.
That's interesting. I think we're going to watch that too.
Yeah.
All right, third and final one on the list. Let's talk about The Curse. That's on Showtime and Paramount Plus.
Yeah, this is a strange little series. And if you were a fan of Emma Stone in Poor Things, this is a completely different character for her. She plays this very entitled millennial who, with her fiance, is creating a passive energy community. Passive energy means nothing. There's all these words they use in this to make fun of them. This is a really satirical series about self-satisfied millennials. Nathan Fiedler plays her fiance. He had his own hit show where he took a weird look at things. This is just a lot of fun. These characters are so pretentious, and the series pokes fun at them so effectively. It does have, I will say, the strangest ending I have seen in my entire life and career.
What?
When you see the last episode, you're going to go, what the? And you're not going to know what to make. I've never seen anything like the ending to this series.
But it worked.
I don't know where they came up with this idea. They pulled it off, and it leaves you stunned.
Okay.
Just
In a
stunned.
good way, I guess, right?
Yeah, in a good way. It's comedy. It's not horrible. It's just so weird.
So popcorns for a weird
Four
but
popcorn.
good ending.
Four
or-
pop-
Because,
Popcorns.
just working up to
Right.
the ending. But the satire is very pointed and very effective. And I think this is, if you're looking for some laughs, check out The Curse.
And you
Okay.
enjoyed the acting, because that's most important to me. If it's funny, it's got to be
Very
good
much
acting.
so.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
gonna
it's
lie,
Emma
this scares
Stone.
me a little.
Emma Stone.
You're not
yeah.
gonna, right now, on this planet, there's no actress better than Emma Stone.
I do love her. Yeah.
Wow.
Just watch her use her comedic talents was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Strong
What to watch
endorsements.
with Dale segment. That was enjoyable. Thank you, Dale, so much for your time as always. And here are those titles one
All
more
right.
time for everyone at home. Civil War now in theaters. Wouldn't recommend that though if you if you want to follow along with Dale's rating on that. And then if you'd like to watch something at home, Netflix, Ripley is the name of the 8-episode series, and then The Curse on Showtime and Paramount Plus. Those last two getting 4 popcorns.
If you enjoyed this segment and want some more TV and movie recommendations from Dale, you have 2 ways to find them, either on the WXII YouTube page under the playlist titled Movies in Review, or as always on DaleMPollock.com, his website.
If the